Hey, what it do, guys? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Yes, I know. Today there's no hoodie. Today I'm not laying in bed. Today I'm actually seated up because it's not fucking 11 p.m. at night, and I'm trying to just make the video in the last minute because I spent most of the day trying to figure out what the fuck I should talk about. Yeah. So this is Hardcore Leveling Warrior, the latest chapter, which is season 2, chapter 33, or chapter 216 overall. As usual, I really love Hardcore Leveling Warrior. Um, Definitely one of my favorite webtoons of all time right now. Like, definitely just my favorite probably right now, man. It's phenomenal. The writing is amazing. The characters are amazing. But man, this one chapter of business hurts me, bro. Like, this chapter, bro, I can't wait for the next chapter. The next chapter is gonna be a banger. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, we like we predicted, ego being ego. We predicted that. You know what I'm saying? We knew ego was gonna be that. That was ego. But he gets himself in a little bit of trouble because being a spoiled little teenager, he's out here eating everybody's goddamn sword. He's out here eating everybody's shit and running away because he thinks he's the shit. But then he meets a master blacksmith. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna separate the two storylines that's happening at the same time because otherwise it might just get confused with me trying to explain what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So basically that's what wait 1 second. I need some goddamn agua. You know what I'm saying? Water, baby. I hope y'all drinking water. I hope y'all staying safe. I hope y'all washing your hands for like 20-40 seconds. I hope y'all keeping a distance. I hope y'all just doing what the quarantine been telling y'all to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm hoping for. I'm trying to hold my shit with my legs because I don't want to hold it with my hands because I'm really that lazy. But it's just not happening. But yeah, man. So basically, yeah, Ego gets himself chopped up. I need to, bro. Ego gets himself chopped up. By this master blacksmith who was like, bruh, she was like, man, somebody told me to pull up here and I'm find good luck or whatever, good fortune, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna find sellers in the middle of the wood, in the middle of freaking forest. I don't know why, but she was chilling out there, trusting whoever told her to be out there. And, Ego showed up, took the best sword, ate that shit like, yeah, bitch, you ain't never gonna catch me. I'm out. She running, and then 2 seconds later, the blacksmith is right next to her. His ass. She's like, oh, man is dying. Then she punches him. He blocks that shit. He's like, yeah, you bleeding out, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Then he gets absolutely pummeled. But I'm gonna get back to what happens after he gets pummeled in a second. So then we go back to the meeting of the 4 nations. We're gonna call them the 4 great nations or the 4 guilds. You know what I'm saying? So obviously we ended last chapter with Akira smashing Yopi in the head. You know what I mean? Bow! You know what I'm saying? Boop! You know what I'm saying? Big bobbly head on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Then Yopi's like, yo, it's cool. Because Yopi decided to let him live, to let him stay in the game. Even though he beat him, he spared him. He was like, you know what? Fuck it. You can do what you want. Because remember, again, last chapter I was like, kind of like, how come he's still here if the deal was if he loses, he has to log out and never log back in. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Yopi still has a soft-ass heart. So Yopi was like, you can stay, you fucking best friend. You know what I mean? So he let him off. But then obviously, after he attacked them, Yopi just let it go. He was just like, I'm cool, and then he started bleeding, you know what I'm saying? But Upu, Poo, Poo, Upu, that name, bro. Poo, Upu, started going mad, bro. We're like, what you doing? That's your goddamn king. How dare you hate that king? He already beat your ass once time. You want another ass whooping, boy? You want another ass whooping, boy? You know what I'm saying? And then obviously, we move on from there. And the meeting continues. They just kind of ignore his ass. And they were just like, all right, let's continue without shit. Obviously, Giga is there. You know what I'm saying? Lord Giga himself. He's chilling out here. Have a break. Have a sip of water. This is sponsored by H2O. But yeah, so Giga and them, you know what I'm saying? And then we get the what's her name again, bro? You know, the girl with the flowers, bro. She kind of new, so like I don't know her name yet, so like forgive me for that. But she has like this crazy powerful like thing that basically makes you like, it's basically like a flower room, and all the leaders go in there, and everything that they say inside can't be said outside. Nobody can hear it, nobody can see it. It's just them in there. I don't know if it's just their consciousness that slips in there, or if they physically go there as well, but they're there anyway, and they hold the meeting there. And the problem is Nightmare. You know what I'm saying? No Name is getting powerful. Well, she just took advantage of all the guilds being at war with each other, and whenever a castle was weakened, she pulls up with her forces, took them down, pop 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 chop. Whenever a castle was weakened, she pulled up, chop chop chop. And then now, since the alliance, that shit ain't happening. Since the alliance, that shit is not going down. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, then in this meeting, that's what the flower lady brings up. She's like, bruh, like, that's just not how we be out here. You know what I'm saying? That's just not, we can't be doing that, because she gonna keep getting stronger, and whoever finishes the game takes everything. And we cannot let her finish the goddamn game, because that means Nightmare wins. If Nightmare wins, everybody gets logged out, forgets their memory, everybody loses. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And the world becomes just like, the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like a different world now. It's no longer, humans are no longer welcome. Although now I kind of get No Name's motivation, actually, because, the humans technically created the world, but also they're corrupting it, they're changing it. You know what I mean? Nightmare, maybe it's not the best option, but like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of get what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? She wants to free whole people. You know what I'm saying? Because humans seem to have way too much goddamn power. But basically, the meeting is like, okay, so guys, we gotta create an alliance, a team. Everybody agrees. All right, let's do this. Okay, now to make sure that nobody can attack or try to attack each other, this thing will prevent you, you know what I mean, from attacking and trying to take over any other guild, right? So this bracelet has power imbued, and she can change rules of the world. Her power, the flower girl's power, work in a way that she can change rules of the world itself, as long as at least to those people around her who agree to this thing, and they have to follow that rule. If they don't, it affects them in that world fully. You know what I mean? So they can't break that shit. They can't break that shit until the problem is solved, or facing and be defeating the Nightmare. So obviously Nightmare is the big baddie for this one. Giga was the big baddie for part 1, season 1. Season 2, it's Nightmare. You know what I'm saying? So it's looking very, very interesting. Now, then we had a problem. Giga just put himself like, I'm in charge. So I'm gonna be the captain. I'm gonna be the leader of this alliance. I'm gonna be the one in charge. And he's excuses. Look, I got the biggest guild. I got the most people we can utilize for interrogation for all the 4 guilds. I can offer the most assistance. But obviously, Yopi wants to kill this nigga because this guy killed Hack. Is it Hack? You know who he killed. You know what I'm saying? He killed the character that had to be deleted, and killed off the story because of some bullshit. Politics by artists that just can't deal with other people having similar ideas, or can't deal with any bit of tracing. Like, music has tracing all the goddamn time, bro. But it's mainly like pop stars and fucking like rock stars that be suing niggas like for no goddamn reason. But it is what it is. Juice WRLD, RIP. You know what I'm saying? They did him dirty like that too, bro. Man, fuck these artists. But basically, Giga wants to be in charge. And Yobi's like, nah, I just don't want you in charge. Nah. It's like, oh, do you think you're the one that, and then Flower Lady's like, do you think you're suited for it? He's like, nah, I don't really think I'm suited for it. But, I don't want this nigga in charge. That's it. I just don't want this motherfucker in charge. And he's like, you know what? I ain't never really seen this nigga fight anyway. Why don't we chop it down and throw these goddamn hands? And the winner, the winner gets to be in charge. Let's break it down. Now, obviously, Dark is at a massive disadvantage out here because he cannot defeat people he thinks that are stronger than him. He just can't do it. He has to think he can win, and only if he thinks he can win, can he win. You know what I'm saying? So it's a toughie. So obviously, Dark is not going to win this shit, but I think Yopi might just take the dub. And or Giga might not want to show his hand. So like, it really depends. Like, anything could happen. Actually, there's so many options, which is really good about this thing. I can't guess. Like, I think with like Tower God or like Lucasm and stuff like that, I can always guess what's gonna happen, and it usually happens that way. But with this shit, I'm like, there's so many options, and like the author has taken like various routes for so many type of scenarios that I'm not really sure. You know what I'm saying? My best estimate is that Yopi might take the dub, or Giga might concede, and then Yopi would give it to Dak. I don't think Yopi is going to want to take charge himself. You know what I mean? But Darkland is very small as well, so I don't know if they can handle that much pressure. But it makes sense if they do because they're the main characters, so it give them more to do, and it give them great excuses to explore different parts of the world and doing different stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what happens, and that's where the chapter technically ends. But just before that, I'm gonna just go back to Ego. Ego gets smashed up, and Sora hears, can feel, Ego getting chopped up, and it's like, God damn, this little shit is in trouble again. Look, you guys stay out here. And even I think Heart Eater, but one of the guys is like, damn, this meeting taking a while. But so Sora takes that opportunity to go fetch Ego and save Ego, who's about to be turned into a goddamn sword. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the chapter. It's been your boy Supreme Cheer the God. What do you guys think of it? What do you guys think of the review? All that shit. Leave a comment. Let's have a conversation, y'all. And hey, I'm gonna start doing weekly reviews for Tower of God since I've caught up as well. So keep that in mind. Lucasm, I didn't do one last week on purpose because that chapter just gave no information. So I'm gonna do last week's chapter and this week's chapter together, and that'll probably come out when Lucasm comes out. I think it's either tomorrow or the day after. So yeah. Till then, I'll try to make a few more different types of content. I'll see you guys then. Peace.